Right, a quick tech tip to show you guys how to improve the clamping force of these stainless steel zip ties. Because if, like me, you've been wrapping an exhaust manifold and cannot get these things to grip up tightly, don't give up just yet, because this tip will help you out. Okay, so I've got this example piece of pipe set up in the vise back here in the garage, and I'm going to wrap it with what's left over from my DEI titanium exhaust wrap, from when I wrapped the exhaust manifold in the Mazda. Now, this is all that's left of 30 foot of this stuff, by the way, so it's surprising when you get wrapping exhaust manifolds how much you use. So I'm going to wrap this pipe. I've secured one end in place with a regular zip tie for now. Ignore that, it's just for the sake of the experiment. So I'm going to wrap it, and then I'm going to secure the other end in place with a stainless steel zip tie, and I think you're soon going to realise what the problem is. Right, here we go. Right, when you get to the end, the instructions say just fold both corners over like that, just to make it look neat, and then get one of these stainless zip ties. Pop that through there. Pull it tight. Right, so that's tight, right? Well, no, probably not. And there you go. You can see that's not very tight at all, and that's all because of how these things work, because they don't work like a regular zip tie. Because instead of having little notches on the tie itself that the head latches onto, in these they rely on a small ball bearing in the head of the zip tie, which when you're pulling it tight isn't doing anything, but then when you let go and the zip tries to unwind, that action forces the ball bearing into the narrow end of the head here, and that friction locks the zip tie into place. But there's the problem. It takes about 1 millimeter or so for that ball bearing to roll back into position. So no matter how hard you tug on that thing, it's always going to slacken by 1 millimeter or so. So here is the solution. Right, so what you're going to need here is something small to reach into the head of the zip tie where the ball bearing is located. And what you're going to do is push it backwards while simultaneously pulling the zip tie tight. So I'm going to pull it tight with a pair of long nose pliers here, and I'm going to use a small electrical or jeweler's screwdriver to reach inside the head and push that ball bearing backwards. And the theory behind this is that you're pushing the ball bearing into an almost pre-locked position. So when you release the tie, it doesn't have to roll backwards to lock it, so it's kind of already there. So you're going to lose that slackening effect. So that's the theory behind it. Let's give it a shot. See, well, before we do it, quick comparison. It's kind of pretty loose now, right? So reach in there, grab this, pull it tight, release. Remove that. Right, so that is a lot tighter now, which is great. So that's a really simple technique, how to just get these things that little bit tighter. So now all you need to do is cut off the excess, grab the side cutters, cut that off, fold that over. Job done. Nice and tidy. So a short but sweet tech tip today, but that technique should really help you get those stainless steel zip ties nipped down tight and potentially prevent your exhaust wrap from unravelling further down the line, which if, like me, you spent a while getting to look nice and tidy, you really don't want that to happen. So there you go. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you want to stay up to date with the channel and see potentially more little tech tips like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. See you for the next tech tip.